Direct Alex, who's directing this event, because he also directed the launch of Tiger in the Philippines 10 years ago. I work for Unang Hirit, GMA 7's morning show, and I made baon Tiger every day for a year and a half. Every day, as in, no joke. So I loved it so much. Bought it for my kids, of course. Tapos ang ending, ako talagang baon na baon sa kanya consistently every day. So for me also to learn that it's intended also to give energy, to give sustenance, di ba? It's good to hear that also because every day ko siyang kinain for a year and a half. So it's also wonderful to rediscover Tiger again today, and not just as food or sustenance, but as something else, trying to promote something else for the betterment of our children. So now I'd like to introduce to you someone who can tell us more about how we can help our kids learn and develop strength from within. That's what we're focusing on this afternoon. We've invited an expert to share some insights on this important topic. We have a neurodevelopmental pediatrician at the Center for Autism and Developmental Medicine in St. Luke's Medical Center, BGC. And she also specializes on children with speech or language delay, motor delay, and behavioral problems. So ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Dr. Mary Ann Marnie M. Prudential.
Good afternoon. Thank you, Tiger, for inviting me to share my experience here today. Good afternoon, everyone. Fellow parents, I'm also a mom. 10 years ago when Tiger started, my son was 5 years old. And I asked him, he was in preschool and they asked him, what do you want to be when you grow up? That's the usual question. And my son said, what a question. And he said, I want to be myself. So I find that answer very, very wise for a 5-year-old. Because usually the answer is, I want to be a doctor, a career, but we're more than just a career, We all have individual strengths and weaknesses, and resilience is part of that, So strength of character is very important, especially nowadays, a lot of mental health issues going on. So it's important that your child knows in the process of growing up who they are. Because if they're strong they know who they are, they will be more happier and be able to overcome challenges in life. So it's important for them to be resilient. In our makeup, genetic makeup, it's already in us. So nasa mga bata na yan, they're already resilient. Our role as parents is to give them the opportunity to bring that out in them. And you can do that by making them more competent in what they do. So I'll give an example. So my son is now 15 years old. So he studies in Philippine Science in Pagham Road, here in Quezon City, and we live in BGC, so I cannot get him sometimes. I get him from school because it's traffic, di ba? Traffic doon. So I have to teach him how to commute. Kakatakot sa simula. Commute. You have to text me pag nakasakay ka na. You have to text me kung nasan ka na You have to text me pag masusundo na kita dyan sa Ayala, So very, very scary for a parent to let his son commute. But that's an important life skill. So feeling ko importanteng malaman niya yun. But because he was able to do it on his own, and he's now consistently doing it, so we don't have to go through EDSA traffic anymore, he's more competent, So that's what we have to teach our children. Once they're more competent, they will be more resilient and confident about themselves, Once they're confident, mas madali nilang maharap sa buhay kung whatever adversity they may encounter in life, Okay? So it's also important for them to have connections, family connections. In the studies abroad, at least one who unconditionally love them, will be very important for them to be able to be resilient, no, in life. But if you have more, no, like in a Filipino community, it's families, no. So if there are any problems, he knows who to talk to, no. For example, mommy and daddy, hindi niya kasundo, he can go to lola, no. So it's very important to have good connections because they will be stronger, more secure, and the values that they have in their family, they will carry over as they grow older, no. Okay? And it's important for them to have good moral values and character. So spirituality is very important to teach our children while they're young, no? For me, it's very important. Buti na lang sa Philippines, very spiritual tayo. So when I went into med school and trained abroad at malayo ang pamilya ko, ang laking bagay na natatawagan ko ang Diyos sa mga times na na-challenge ako during training, no? Okay? And contribution is very important. So the very good role models for children are their parents. So if you're generous, they will also be generous. So you give them an opportunity to share their talents, no? Their time or their blessings that they have. Okay? Coping is also very important. It is important for parents to model to their children positive coping strategies, no? So if you, for example, are stressed, so instead of like shouting and then tama na, maingay kayo, mga ganyan, better siguro if you put it in a positive perspective. If they want something and you're stressed and you cannot think, you can say, I just jog around the village muna. And then we can talk about it later because mom is stressed. Huh? Okay, so it depends on what you show to their children. That's also how they will cope. So sometimes what you say, they don't listen to that. It's what you do that they look at, no? So very important that you model because little eyes are looking, okay? Yeah. Okay. Thank you very much for listening to all these strategies for resilience. I hope you learned something from it. And thank you very much, Tiger, for the opportunity to share this with you.